Hi fantasy managers and welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my team selection for game week 26, have a quick review of how I got on in game week 25, a disastrous game week, and then talk about captaincy and possible transfers. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, please give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's crack on. Let's have a look at game week 25 then. It's not a week that I'm going to look back on with any great fondness. It was an absolute disaster. I don't think that was too harsh a word to use. It was. I used my free hit, and quite frankly I've been too scared to look at my original side, but I think I'd have had more points with that. It just, everything that possibly could have gone wrong went wrong. I think Foden obviously didn't return, but at least he played both games. Jota and Darwin, you know what happened. They didn't even make the first half of the first game. Haaland got a goal, but really that probably went against me because so many people triple captained him. De Bruyne didn't play one of the games, and then the rest of the team. Tony turned up with a goal in the first game, which was great. Flecken got a few points, but it was just a disaster. Saka and Watkins in my original side would have comfortably outscored most of these players. So it was just horrible, absolutely horrible. I've gone down in rank, which is a position I would just never have considered at the start of the free hit, from about 113k up to 187k. I've got 5.9 million in the bank, and I'm just pleased to see the back of it. What have I learned from this? I just don't really know if I have. I think if the same scenario came up again and we had a Liverpool double and a Man City double and my side was pretty well positioned from game week 26 onwards, I think I'd pretty much do the same thing. I don't think the same thing would happen in terms of Jota and Darwin would go straight off, that De Bruyne wouldn't play the second game. I just think a lot of things went wrong, but that's FPL. That's just, you know, there is an element of luck involved. I don't just judge a decision by its outcome. So I don't think I did a lot wrong. It just didn't work out for me. So all of that said and done, it's time to put game week 25 behind me and look forward. So this is my side as we go into game week 26, and it looks pretty decent. The whole reason for free hitting was I didn't have those Liverpool players to have to worry about moving out in game week 26 and then just prepare for 29. Because that free hit's gone, I do need to negotiate 29, and the plan was always to wildcard in game week 30, so almost dead end. If I can get through 30 and then maybe just work on 31, I think I'll be in better position because of some of the fixtures, but I can discuss that a little bit later on. And also I will know when I'm wildcarding who will blank in 34 and who will double for the rest of the season. So that wildcard, I'm hoping, will sort out the rest of that run-in and negotiate all those doubles and blanks. As the current side in 26 stands, I do have 5.9 million in the bank, so I'm in a pretty decent position. I do have one free transfer because I've just come out the other side of a free hit, but I do have 11 playing players in theory. I've got Porro, Richarlison. Porro does have a flag, but he doesn't play this week anyway. I'm hoping he's going to be back for 27. Palmer, obviously, he isn't playing either, and he's Richarlison. But those Tottenham players are players I definitely want to keep because they're going to be playing in game week 29, which we'll look at in a minute. Other issues, I think Ake, I'm quite pleased about. The only silver lining from last week was Ake rested in midweek. So does he come back in for the game at Bournemouth away? Hopefully. But then I do have a few doubts about Foden playing another 90 minutes. So I'm a little bit concerned about him. Matty Cash with their problems, Villa, I think he's pretty much assured to play for Aston Villa. And does Taylor start for Burnley? Quite possibly. If not, he's going to probably get minutes off the bench. I don't intend on using a transfer this week. Even if I heard that Taylor wasn't ready to start, I think I would just go with 10 because I would rather have two transfers to make in 27 when I know those teams that are going to play in 29. Because right now, if we look at my side in 29, there's only 3 fixtures that are definitely on, and I've got 6 players in them at the moment. So between now and 29, I've got to try and boost that side up to a few more players. When 27 comes along, those FA Cup 5th round games would have been played. We know who would have gone through, who wouldn't have gone through. And it could be that if Man United lose to Forest, then I've got Garnacho suddenly playing. If I think would help a lot of teams out and prevent them from free hitting is if the likes of Chelsea lost at Leeds, in which case I'd have Palmer suddenly activated and their fixture against Arsenal, Gabriel and Saka also coming in. And that would make my life a lot easier to negotiate. But we just have to wait and see. I think that extra information in the short term, waiting for game week 27, it's definitely worth holding on to that transfer. I don't know, you have to weigh it up. There are possibilities I have got. Tony definitely interests me. He's been brilliant. He just looks great, even against the best sides. And his underlying stats still remain really good. West Ham away you have this week, and he's got his fixtures definitely on in 29 as well, away at Burnley. But do I want to lose Watkins at this moment in time? Probably not. Because I know Villa have got a fixture. Haaland, I don't want to lose in the short term either, because he can just be so explosive. And then Solanke, my other striker, has got a game in 28, or double game in 28, so I'm not going to be moving him out anytime soon. So Tony later on down the line. And the other one is, I do feel like there's a lot of points here to be had. Not a phrase I would say, I think I'd be saying a while ago, is that Rasmus Højlund just, wow. He's got, 7 returns in the last... 9 returns in the last 7 games, 6 goals in the last 5 games. The problem with the fixtures don't look great after 29, but I feel like if I brought him in now, he could possibly give me points for Watkins, but then I'm just moving a 29 player out for another 29. I don't really want to do that. If his fixture goes ahead in 29, let's say Man United do lose to Forest, then that gives me a bit of a headache, because I do think he would be a great player to bring in. But I'm just replacing another playing player for him. So even as good as he is, and I think if you don't have Watkins already, Højlund is definitely an option. The other choice I could go to, because I just got the money and I could take out someone like Porro, who if he doesn't make game week 27, or I don't know if I really want to do it. The problem with the cash is I don't think he'll keep his place longer term. So Pau Torres could be an option, because I know he's going to play in 29. If you're looking for a defender, I just think he is the obvious choice right now. Forest at home, decent fixture. Luton away, decent. Tottenham at home, you'd probably expect him to concede, but again, they've got that fixture on against West Ham in 29. So for me, those are players that I'm looking at, but I'm absolutely, unless something horrendous goes wrong and we get a lot of red flags through press conferences, I just think I'm going to roll my transfer whatever happens. I just think my side, and it needs that extra information as to who's playing 29. When we get to 27, I'll have 2 transfers to make, and I will know who's playing in 29, and I'll know which teams to target. At the moment, there's just really a handful of sides to pick from, and you just don't know what's going to turn up in the FA Cup. There's always something in there that will just surprise you. And then will that mean a couple more fixtures are on? We'll just have to wait and see. But that extra information for me is absolutely crucial. So I'm just going to roll a transfer almost whatever happens. That's it for this one then, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your captaincy or transfer plans are for game week 26. We'll come back at you next week. More team selections, watch lists, all that good stuff. So enjoy your weekend. Good luck on FPL, and I shall see you on the other side.